Last time out, we opened up divisional play versus the Seahawks, and without our number one receiver, our offense was well off their game. We also struggled with turnovers defensively. We struggled to cover the tight ends, and we ended up losing 29-10. As we get into today's episode, where we will be taking on the Chicago Bears, a slightly improved Chicago Bears of real life, as they actually started their season 2-1. Opposite of us, and they have a Dalvin Cook who probably is doing much better than the real life Dalvin Cook. But before we get into this first game, do need to note a couple things. First off, we do have another injury, a practice injury that is actually kind of good for us. Unfortunately, to say that, Quez Watkins did break his finger. He's actually going to be out for 2 games. Now, the reason I say this was good, in quotation marks, was because I planned on getting the sophomore receiver Nakua a lot more reps at slot. Previously, we had been seeing Claypool play on the slot whenever we would go out in the 3 set, so we could get the speed of Watkins on the outside, but it just hasn't been working up to this point. And Nakua has showed some pretty good play when he's gotten out there in this universe, definitely in real life. Big surprise. But we want to get Nakua out there, see what he can do. On top of that, in terms of the sub linebackers, we're still going to have Kenneth Murray out there because he's the best dude for us. But we're going to put the rookie out there in Graham. The coverages and everything is very similar to Jones. But we've struggled guarding the tight ends. So we're going to put a slightly faster guy out there in Graham, see if he could do any better. We're still going to see Jones in the base packages. We'll see all 3 of these linebackers for sure in the base packages. So we'll see who ends up staking claim to that sub linebacker spot. If we could develop the young guy even better. So with that all being said, let's go test it out as we head back out onto the field, this time at home, taking on the Chicago Bears. As we get this game underway, we're going to be returning with these bright yellow unis. We'll see how well they work out for us. Got Chicago in there all blue as Weddington gets us up to the 25, where the offense will take the field and hopefully show a lot more promise than what we saw last week, as we already have an early injury, this one for Hampton. He's technically one of our starters, though, only comes out in the base 3-4 packages, so we'll see if we end up missing him much, as Akers' play 1 goes nowhere with a pushback on that left guard. So on 2nd and 11, we'll actually change it up entirely. We'll go with a spread look. We possibly had a guy across the middle. Instead, we'll throw it out late. We have Corey Davis back from injury last week. Gets the catch on a good rollout from Harold. That time, a very well-placed ball while under pressure. He's been a little bit hit or miss from that spot, but good to start the game. As we're going to go with the jet sweep to the outside, Nakua with some space, outruns his blocker, and Davis maybe should have pulled up a little bit, but another big gain on that jet sweep for the sophomore receiver. Would love to see him have as good of a game as he's had the first 2 of his real life career. Over 100 yards in each game has been pretty fantastic. We'll go back to him across the middle, holding on to it. Some tight coverage, took a shot right at the catch point, but he's doing well so far. Would be a little unfortunate for Quez Watkins to get replaced, but we gave him a shot and he hasn't been able to do much so far. As we go across the middle, and it's picked off, intended for DeGuara. That's what so many of the interceptions have been for our rookie quarterback. It's a one-on-one, and unfortunately his receivers just aren't making the plays. Though I don't want to take anything away from Myers. He did a great job there jumping the route, making the play for his squad. You just have to wish that our guys were making the plays for our guys, as Bonito does get the stop play 1. And we can see from the numbers from just last week that Dalvin Cook is having a much better Madden season than real life season. As it's going to be a pass back to Cook, trying to get to the outside, spins forward and does pick up the first. I'll be enticed to see how well Graham matches up to the likes of Dalvin Cook. I mean, Graham is a pretty fast linebacker, though not the fastest, as they go underneath with a decent catch of 6 yards. But that is the new main guy here in Chicago, Mike Williams, coming over from the Chargers. In the offseason, we get the quick pressure, but a good throw from Justin Fields finds Williams once again. Definitely changing up their looks often early on here as they do go with a heavier set. Back to Dalvin down the middle, shakes the first tackler in Murray. Not going to get by Curse, but 9.5 yards. Seems like this might be a game in which our defensive line is tested more, as they've definitely gone Cook's way often. Fields under center, will drop back pass quick out to Komet, who gets his legs chopped out. Will actually be a loss of about half a yard. And we'll have a chance to get off the field here. If we could get a good push up front, I imagine they run it. No, they'll actually play action pass to the tight end Komet, who holds on to it, fighting through a couple different tacklers as well. So you could argue he gets his revenge after getting his legs chopped out with the first down now in plus territory at about the 45. Swinging it out wide, they go to another tight end with some speed. Murray in pursuit, dives, comes up empty, but a couple guys do get the tackle at the 2. The rookie in Rice, and I believe Jaron Curse there, or was it the other safety in Durant? Either way, it was some great pursuit to get that stop. And it is at least someone running at tight end, though the build and speed seems more like a receiver. But we do get a good stand there on goal line play 1. For second and goal, it's an empty look for Fields. We'll send a quick blitz, and a great job there from that rookie linebacker to shed the block and get the touchdown saving tackle. Fields definitely had us beat on the quarterback draw. We had Bonito on the outside, but that quick cut left us nowhere to go, but the quick cut from Cook does know where to go as he finds the wide open lane. Chicago does score at the end of their first possession. So as we head out offensively for our next possession, need to do better. Need to not have turnovers. It's first and foremost. As we go with the stretch to the outside, not a good block on the edge as Edwards gets the tackle for a loss of 3. Once again, the tight ends there not helping us out, and I do count DeGuara as somewhat of a tight end because that was his true position, and honestly we kind of use him more so as Harold again still has not quite learned how to slide. Granted, the dive forward still was safe as we gain 5. With one last play here in the first quarter as time now expires, we have Corey Davis downfield once again, drops in, the speed, and he's at the 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Past the diving DB, Corey Davis has struck deep in every single game he's played this season. We did not bring him in to be our deep threat. We brought Quez Watkins in to do that. But if Corey Davis can do that, it'll honestly just open up more possibilities for Nakua. Though we're definitely going to need our defense to come through for us on these drives and give us a chance to take a lead, though the offense had that themselves as they're going deep one-on-one again for Adebo, who does knock it away at the end there. It looked like he maybe overran the route. The receiver got hands on the ball first, but just the better fight at the end there knocks it free, and we'll have a 2nd and 10 for another pass going out wide, going back to 14, who had that big play last go around, just 4 this time. And I just want to know what the big deal is about tight ends now all wearing numbers sub 20. Just seems weird to me, as it's a pick. Durant undercuts the route, he's speeding away. Fields does get the stop at the 8. We asked for the defense to get the play done for us. Get the stop, allow the offense to score, take a lead, and they've very much done that here. They intended to get that ball to Mike Williams once again, but just a great play underneath. As we're going to go with the end around, it's Claypool, who probably should have cut earlier, but it will still be a gain of 4 and probably the most I've ever gained on an end around. So while it maybe wasn't the best it could have been, it's the best I've seen from that. As we will go with a rollout here, we have Akers with the sidearm throw. Big hit comes in, but Akers holds onto it, and the defense capitalizes on the Kobe Durant pick. But I do just want to show the sidearm throw there from Harold with the defenders bearing in on him. Just sidearm throws it beautifully to Akers, who gets the grab, takes the big hit. Absolutely fantastic, and love to see it from the rookie QB. Now we just have to see if our defense can hold the lead that they helped us get, as we're up 14-7. Will be a pass from Fields once again going out to that base. They do pick up a few yards, Mooney. Feels like today most of their play has been within the first 4 yards from the line of scrimmage, though they've clearly gotten some good play downfield. A lot of that has come from runs after the catch as they go right back to it. Cook only gains 1 though. And where we got our pick last go around was from sitting underneath, so that might just be where we need to kind of hang out at. As the pass rush is coming in, forces the throwaway defense. Comes through again. And that's the side that had the most returning starters from last year. So it's expected for them to continue to do well as we have a 1st and 10. Akers down the middle, burst through the gap, picking up the first down. A gain of about 13 yards, though only has 8 on the day. And that's just what'll happen. We actually have some decent blocks up front. With a 1st and 10, Corey Davis is going to come in motion as we fake the jet sweep, fake the handoff. We're going to have Claypool, who just needs to hit the brakes, and he will just about do that before stepping out. And I feel like Claypool kind of having a little bit of a resurgence with us so far this year, which is good to see. I feel like he had a lot of talent for there not being a whole lot happening. As we're going to roll out to the right-hand side here, Harold will pick up what he can, getting bumped out of bounds, gain of 2. And he's not the fastest of quarterbacks. He has some mobility, and I'd rather use that some to gain anything rather than losing some yards. As we go across the middle, the accuracy just a little bit off. Though I do feel like that tight shotgun look just continually doesn't seem to work for this team, so we might X that moving forward. As we have a 3rd and 8, we have Parkinson in motion. We have a wide open Corey Davis downfield, stay in bounds, and he does down to the 5. A better throw, and we have a touchdown. But once again, Corey Davis is our dude down the field. Now, we have had some requests from the fans to see a little bit more fullback dive action close to the end zone. So DeGuara pushes in, but hold everything. There is a flag down. And unfortunately, looks like this one might be coming back, as it is going to be holding on the rookie tackle. Well, I hope you enjoyed it while it lasted for 0.2 seconds. Going to be a 1st and goal back at the 16. As really wanted to go out, but instead, opposite way, Akers' 2nd touchdown grab. This time, not needing the sidearm. And this camera guy, how have we not fired him yet? Just feel like that's going to be the gag this season. As Harold, with pressure bearing down, will end up finding Akers deep downfield and just placed. I mean, just look, as soon as where this ball is caught, there is not a whole lot of space for him to actually get that catch in bounds, and Akers comes through. Now, this is still the Chicago Bears, so don't want to get my hopes up too much as we knock on wood. But the team is playing really well right now, as it looks like they're going to go with another dive down the middle. Not a whole lot of space, though still gaining 3 for Cooks. Coming up against actually a couple of his former teammates, Michael Pierce being one of them. Right smack down the middle. As he gets to the outside, Dalvin with the 1st down up to the 40. And as of right now, he really seems like he is the guy on this Bears offense. It's not Fields, it's not Mooney, it's not anyone else that we've seen. It's Dalvin as they go right back to him. Good wrap up there from Rice. Haven't seen a whole lot splashy from the rookie corner, but overall I feel like he's doing a pretty solid job. As they do go to the outside, look for a cut. Murray's there to meet him just as he gets through the blockers. But as the 2-minute warning hits, we have a 3rd and 4. With trips out to the right-hand side, it's one lone to the left. They go underneath. It's Mike Williams with the 1st down and a little bit of a run mixed in there, mostly just the defenders falling down in front of him. But he does convert for his squad with a 1st down to the 38. Sticking with the spread look. A lot of these, again, sticking underneath, as Byron Young, you did not need to drop that far downfield. Guess no one's told him that most of what the Bears are all doing is in within 5 yards of the line, as the quick blitz, Okoronkwo gets set free, and the double A gap blitz works to perfection. I am pretty sure he is the sack leader on this squad, at least up to this point this year. As Fields has wide open spaces across the middle, we had man coverage, and Rice did not stick to his guy that time. So clearly a little bit still to learn for the rookie corner, but again, he's done fairly solid so far this year. With an empty look, a couple guys underneath, we can jump it, and we do! Byron Jones, though, can't stay in bounds. But a second interception for the team. We start at the 6 with 16 seconds left in this first half. Probably gonna run out clock. Not a smart decision there from Fields. He should have gone to Mike Williams, would have been a better target. But how can you complain when you get another turnover? So let's start with a couple runs here. Just try to run out some clock, though. We have some space. Akers breaks to the outside, though, is not going to find the edge. But we're up to the 28. Let's call the first timeout. I mean, if the team has momentum, we would be amiss not to use it. With 10 seconds left, just need to get into field goal range. We're again right down the seam, but no! Again, we get jumped. How do all these passes end up getting jumped? And on top of that, Brisker trying to find the house, but Dickinson does get the tackle. No points can get scored off the pick. It should have been a completion downfield. I don't know how these keep getting jumped. I guess the DBs in Madden this year are just a whole lot more active. But we have a nice lead headed into halftime, 21-7. Just, I guess, myself purposely need to clean things up, because clearly the shots we could take before we can't take now. As we look around the league, though, a close matchup as the Dolphins travel all the way to Seattle, 11-10. As for the second game, Chargers taking on the Raiders. It is massively in favor of the Raiders, 21-3, as the Chargers continue to struggle out the gate. As for the last studio update, Arizona Cardinals taking on the Buffalo Bills. The Cardinals are in front, not by much, 16-14. Kyler Murray just 6 passes so far in that first half, 51 yards. And as we get stuck back into our game, it's going to be massive here for the Bears as they do start off with possession, and they really need some points because their offense really hasn't been able to move a whole lot outside of Dalvin Cook and some little plays here and there to Mike Williams. But our defense have come ready to play. 2 interceptions, though you could say that about the Bears. But ours weren't in scoring situations. So, take that as you will. But once again, Rice beat deep. Dives coming up empty. And as I said, it's a big drive for the Bears. And they get it done in one play. Mike Williams just speeds by the rookie, who I guess expected some help over the top. He was supposed to have another guy deep, but he should have been deeper than where he was. But I do love that play call there from the Bears because they went so much underneath in that first half that that's what we focused on in play 1. They took the top off. So that might make our defense play a little bit more conservatively in terms of what kind of pressures we bring, as Akers down the middle picking up about 5 play 1. Definitely not anywhere near as fancy as their first down play, but still works well for me. Those will go with some play action on second down. Have a crossing route, which we will find. No one jumps it this time as Corey Davis up to about midfield. And you could just really tell that this offense is completely different with Corey Davis out there. We missed him so much last week. As there's not much to do here, we'll throw it away barely. Luckily, no intentional grounding call either. But I would definitely like to see some better blocking next time around. As on 2nd and 10, we're going to go with a little bit of some run blocking. Akers with a little bit of a cut, tried to juke by Brisker. Good open field tackle. Now on 3rd and 4, they don't have a safety over to this left-hand side. And doesn't look like they're in man, so it should be good for us, though they bring the blitz. And it works so well for them. A penalty is down, though, but it's not going to help us out a whole lot. And by that, I mean not at all, as we actually have to punt away. Chicago couldn't have started off this second half really any better. Good stop there from Murray. Quick block shed and the tackle. Love to see what he's been able to do. And considering the Chargers also have struggled so far in this universe, I don't really think he's missing out on being back with the other LA team. Trying to set up a pass right across the middle. It's Mike Williams who can't stay on his feet. Once again, Murray with the tackle. We'll have ourselves a 3rd and 2. With an empty look, we're going to get aggressive. Try to bring the quick blitz. See if anything can hit home quickly. No, but Debo can't knock it out. Needed to reach with that other hand instead. More with the grab and the first down. But I do like at least the tight coverage there. There wasn't a whole lot of space. It was just a good route. Got open, good throw. For the first down, they go back to Dalvin. Good tackle once again, Adebo. We'll see what happens in the future, but honestly, Paulson Adebo for us could play both on the outside or in the slot. He's a really sure tackler. That's something that can't really go without a lot of credit given at that slot corner spot. Luckily for us this year, we don't have to worry about that with us having Byron Jones, who's also a pretty sure tackler. But we have a 3rd and 8 and can get off the field here with just one more stop. As pressure getting in Fields' face, he scrambles, outruns it to the sideline, picking up the first down to about midfield. Feel like that might be the first time today where we've really lost contain on Fields, as they're going to make an audible here. Let's change up what we were doing. Actually, change up entirely, trying to bring a quick blitz. Instead, no, they don't like what we did. They back out. We'll stick with the same look, though, won't send the blitz. Try to sit underneath in coverage, but he gets open again downfield. Rice with a bad tackle and the miss at the end. And just like that, the Bears have tied this game up. So the rookie corner definitely getting picked on in this one. We might need to send some help his way. But as the offense heads out, we could also help out by scoring some more points. As we go Akers right down the middle, not gonna get by Brisker once again. But we do get the first down run, which is still really good, especially on play 1, as we have a 1st and 10. Go with a pass play. As Akers kind of gets stuck on the line, we'll throw it out late. Everyone else was covered downfield. And now this time they do have the safety over on the left, but they're definitely not down in press, so not expecting a blitz. Let's try to get to the outside. Nakua barely gonna get the edge and will at least pick up some yardage. 4. Well, that leaves us with 6 more needed here on 3rd down. As we'll stick with that same look. 2 off to the left. Hard count, no one jumps. Got Nakua on the drag with the catch, speeding by the first guy, not gonna quite get a juke back to the inside. We'll say Brisker is a sure tackler, so maybe we just try to avoid running within his why can I not think of it? Either way, Akers' great run vicinity was the word I was trying to say. Clearly not going to win any awards for pronunciation on this channel. With a 2nd and 3. Try to find another deep ball. Davis, once again downfield, just overthrown. Now we just have to hope that one doesn't come back to bite us. With a 3rd and short. Hard count, no one moves. We'll hand it off. We had 2 different gaps and we'll at least still get the first down, but maybe the one on the outside would have been a better option for Akers. But we got what we came here for. That's the first down. As time is getting close to the end here in the 3rd quarter. Once again, going to look for the check down as Akers does get the grab. And we'll maybe have time for one more play. Or maybe not. As we do hit the 4th quarter, this thing leveled up after we had advantage for really the entirety of the first half. It was all Bears that 3rd quarter. And we'll need to make sure we do our thing here late on and come away with a victory. With 2nd and 6 to start off this 4th quarter. Looking for maybe some underneath play, though not enough time. Wilkins straight through the line. And on 3rd and 10, we'll spread wide. Have trips off to the right-hand side, though that's more so of a distraction as we do get Akers on the halfback screen. Look for the spin. It's a slow one, but it works. With the first down now to the 18 as Tyreek Stevenson comes up a little limp. Looked like maybe something to do with that right knee, perhaps. But of course, as we do, we'll stay spread just to attack that now weakened cornerback group. As we have a guy drifting across. Should have been a touchdown for Tutu Atwell, but it was overthrown with pressure bearing down. But hey, you'll miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and that's at least one thing. Harold does take the shots. As we go with a dive, or not dive, draw, does pick up 7. And on 3rd and 3, we're going to come out with a heavier set, scrunching things down as well. As we're actually going to step up here, Harold will do something to get down without taking a hit. I don't know with him anymore. He definitely needs to go to a baseball practice or something, learn how to slide. As we're going to go back to DeGuara here, though, stood up. Nothing doing there. They knew what was coming. So on 2nd and goal, we'll just change it up entirely. A single back set, 2 tight ends off to the right, and Claypool. We'll see who's going to get open. Really not much. Coming across Claypool with the grab, and they say he's in. Okay, I will take it. I didn't think he caught it in the end zone, but I'm not going to argue with it. Touchdown for Chase Claypool. Though we are going to go into a review, so we'll see if we get a better angle here on where that ball was initially caught. Johnson was in very tight coverage, but from these angles, who knows? But apparently they saw an angle that we didn't, and they do reverse it. 3rd and goal at the inch line. DeGuara backwards again. Come on. Well, you can't say I'm not trying here. Fullback dives have not worked out all too well today. As we do get the pass off, it's to Tanyan and he drops it. It could have been another touchdown throw for our kicker. Instead, it's a turnover on downs as the Bears start at the 2. From pistol, can we get a good press? Push up front, no, Jones lays a hit in there on Fields, and you could definitely ask for intentional grounding there. And I'll be honest, not entirely sure how the ruling works, but if you throw it away in the end zone, I feel like that's a safety. As they go right down the middle, big hit, Kenneth Murray is the go-ahead score with the safety. Sent the blitz right down the middle, make it 23-21, plus we get ball. Kenneth Murray Jr. just keeps coming through for this squad over and over again. Hate that Madden took away his superstar dev because he very much deserves it. But what we could do, at least offensively here, is try to run out clock and make sure that his play does see us through to a victory, as Cam Akers almost broke away there late in that play. But a gain of 6 works very well for us, as we'll let this clock run down here. Play clock, we're going to let that run down to about 1 or so each time. As we're going to go with the counter, try to find some more space. Nice cut there from Akers as he crosses the midfield line. And he's just been running steady today. Only 11 carries, so we're still keeping him fairly light on the, at least, carries. He is getting a few more receptions. Does have 2 receiving touchdowns today. Can't forget those, as we don't find any yards on first down here. But again, fine by me. Just let this clock continue to run. About 1 more play left here before the 2-minute warning, as we will go with the play action pass. Corey Davis, almost caught. Needed that ball to be a little bit taller, but still drop in. Unfortunately, it very much does not do that. Ends up being an incomplete pass and stops the clock. And a great blitz there from Edmonds. Well, we're at about midfield, but a 4th and 12. You can't really go for it there. We'll have to punt and try to just knock them back deep. And once again, we have a situation where the ball initially landed inside the 10, though. Big bounce back. Luckily, we caught it at the 15. So it wasn't exactly what we were looking for in getting them. I was trying to get them inside the 5, but clearly not. We got at least a 5 in the number there at the 15. With the pass, trying to set up an underneath. Instead, Fields slides as he also bumps into Murray Jr. The Chicago Bears offense really has only gotten 1 pass deep downfield today, and they might need a few more of those. Late on here is Mooney. 3rd and inches, doesn't even get the first. But we'll have a chance to get off the field here if we could get the job done on 3rd and inches. As they come out with trips out to the right-hand side, they swing it out to the left, and they do find Clement with the first down. We had Okoronkwo in coverage, so probably not the best, but we gave it a shot. As again, they're going to have some guys across the middle, but behind Clement. Bears need to get to about the 40, so a little over 20 more yards for field goal range, and a field goal would win it for them. They'll have less than a minute to get the job done. Rolling out, they do find Dalvin Cook, but not much of a gain, just 4, as they are starting to call some timeouts. We have a 3rd down once again, 3rd and 6, with a quick throw across the middle, knocked out by the rookie linebacker. I do feel like Graham has played really well today, and we'll definitely continue him on as our sub backer. 4th and 6. We need a stop here, and there was some form of a weird bump route there. You could ask for a penalty. Mooney definitely shoving away Murray, but nothing called. 1st and 10. They're just outside of field goal range. And they could get it with a scramble. Fields into field goal range, breaks the tackle. And now we're the ones going to have to start to call timeouts. On top of that, getting a really nice pass rush, knocking them out of field goal range could be huge. As we will get a quick rush, though, it's an even quicker throw. And I wanted them to just let them score. But they get the tackle. But from here, you would imagine they would also start to just run the ball. I would prefer they score. Give us a chance. But they're running it as we call our last timeout. We had our chances to put this game away, and we didn't get the job done. So now we're having to rely on a massive play to be made, and it's not coming right now. Though in odd events, the Bears call their last timeout with 23 seconds left, and they're running a play. They may not have time to get the field goal unit out here as time is running down. We have about 10 seconds left, and they're still standing out there. But somehow in 3 seconds, they quickly do get out there. The field goal is up and through, grabbing a lead with 2 seconds left. Don't know how the offense is still out there with 10 seconds on the clock, and then the field goal out there is out there kicking with 7 seconds. Doesn't make much sense to me. But that's Madden here for you. Weddington calling the fair catch. We'll have 75 yards to go with 2 seconds. And they will be back in prevent defense. Only sending 3. They cover everyone really well. O-line doing well as well. As we'll loft this one out, Claypool gets the catch, but immediately taken down. Was hoping for some late game pitching the ball around, try to make something happen. But at the end of the day, we needed the first down after getting the safety. We couldn't get the job done. We again had several opportunities to win this game. We let Chicago stick around, and ultimately, we pay the price for it as we lose 24-23 in what would have been a great TV game. And despite the loss, I still feel really good about that game. I think the team definitely was looking a lot sharper with Nakua as the slot guy. Again, it was kind of forced with Quintus Watkins having that injury, but we'll see it again next go around against the Giants. A very similarly, at least, rated defense. Both of them were 84. So I expect we could do some good things, though Dexter Lawrence in the middle is definitely going to give us some form of an issue for sure when it comes to the running game that did actually work really well today. Akers definitely was fantastic today. A big part of the running game, clearly, and the passing game. Great to have Corey Davis back. He is needed. He's definitely, I feel like, the crutch right now for our rookie quarterback in Bo Harold, who didn't have an awful game. Some passes got jumped. It looked open. You see that happen a lot with rookie quarterbacks, so I'm not going to hate on that. I think he did pretty well. There's definitely some things to clean up. Better timing on the throws will definitely help. The rookie cornerback in Rice did get burned a couple times, giving up a couple touchdowns. So we'll see how well he does moving forward. Worst case scenario, we could just move around all the corners, put Byron Jones back on the outside to take over for Rice. Rice could go down to the slot or switch over to the other side, and then Adebo could play slot. We have a lot of flexibility with this roster right now, and that is what is fantastic compared to last year where we barely even had starters. So I think the team is well on its way despite the 1-3 start. I think we're on the way up. Let me know what you think down below. Also, quick side note, those fullback dives. He had a beautiful touchdown that got called back, and then every single time we tried that after, loss of yardage, blown up. To the person that commented saying that we need to get more fullback dives towards the end zone, I tried. It just did not work today. We still need to keep DeGuara involved. I think he could be a nice guy for us and some certain spots. is what it is. We'll do better next time. And speaking of do better next time, make sure you don't miss out by hitting that bear icon on the bottom right or scroll down, hit the subscription button. They both do the same exact thing, and subscribing to this channel. But definitely make sure you go down and hit the bell icon so you're notified of when these videos go live. This series every single Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, with the state-only challenges typically every Wednesday and Saturday. Though as the Virginia's states-only challenge is currently in the playoffs, that could change. 50 like goal for that series. I don't know if you guys hit yesterday's goal, so you might have a video up right after this one. If you didn't, then that video will be out Saturday for another 50 like goal if the team gets the win. So make sure you guys are sticking tuned to all of the video content, because there's plenty coming at you. So until the Giants game, and hopefully we'll be the one team leaving that one 2-3. We'll see you then. Bye.